Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, I had taken a break from making the whole Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez case because, like I said, they were giving people a run around in court. The same thing was coming out over and over again. They weren't really getting anywhere. But there's been a few things that have come out since Kelsey has testified. Now, so far, there have been some people, some witnesses, like there was somebody apparently who was, I want to say, in the area where they were when they were getting into the car and fighting, because clearly they were fighting. Also, there's Tory Lanez's driver and Meg Thee Stallion's bodyguard, all which have been not called to the stand because these three people, Megan, Tory, and Kelsey, they all have their own agendas. Let's just be honest. They all have this image that they're trying to spin, this story that they want to be told in their favor, especially Megan and Tory, let's just be honest. And having those three people, any of those three people is going to be a nail in the coffin for somebody. So somebody doesn't want either of those people or any key witnesses to testify. Now, the bodyguard and the driver allegedly are missing or went missing. Nobody knows if they just didn't want to testify or if they went missing because like I said, their testimonies will be the nail in the coffin for somebody. And so a lot of people are worried. They don't know what's going on with that. And they wouldn't call the person who saw them fighting outside that night to the stand. And I guess they finally did, allegedly, or somehow they got word from this person. And from that person's perspective, they were saying that they did see two people fighting, but that it was not Megan and Kelsey, that it was Tory and Kelsey. And that Kelsey did testify to that. She did say, her piece, that she was fighting with Tory, that he was dragging her by her hair and basically assaulting her. So even if he doesn't go down for shooting Meg, he needs to go down for assaulting a woman. And like I said, everybody has their own agenda. People are saying, people who are not in favor of Meg are saying, hey, she's just trying to paint Tory Lanez as this malicious person. They're just trying to keep a black man down. And then the people who are not for Tory Lanez and that are super fans of Meg Thee Stallion are saying, this is a crazy man with a history of domestic violence against women. Like, he had a gun that was unregistered, threatening, as Kelsey said, allegedly, that he was going to shoot her. Like, he's the crazy one. Clearly, he shot her. He needs to go down for it. And they're saying that, Meg is innocent and blah, blah, blah. It's conflicting stories, right? Everybody has their own agenda they're trying to push so that they can look innocent, so they can look good. So they won't go down for it. Now, like I said, according to these most recent Twitter posts, it was, said that there was a fight like we all knew. Just that, people were saying that it was Meg beating up Kelsey, but it was actually Tory Lanez beating up Kelsey. And they also said, there was somebody on Twitter that said, well, that would explain why, allegedly, supposedly, Kelsey had gunshot residue on her. Because if he shot the gun and he had residue on him, and then he literally put his hands on her, then by default, I would assume, quite naturally, she would end up with gunshot residue on her as well. So that could explain that. And a lot of people were blaming Kelsey, saying that she shot Meg and was trying to pin it on Tory Lanez because they felt like she was being jealous. Again, I feel like people were really quick to assume that it was Kelsey that shot her because she was oh so jealous of Meg Thee Stallion and all of her beauty and grace and famousness and whatnot. I feel like that was very immature and just kind of messed up, to be honest. Like I said before in one of my previous videos, I feel like Kelsey got the short end of the stick here, to be honest. But like I said, it makes sense then if she had gunshot residue on her, that if he was the one who fought her and literally basically beat her up after shooting Meg, then that would make sense. And that she was trying to get him, from what it seems like, away from her after he had already shot at her and escalated the situation. And then she did kind of, sort of, according to the Twitter post, did say, not to say that it was Meg's fault that she got shot, but that she was like I said in one of my previous videos, she had got drunk and she was doing the most, and that made it difficult to deal with her. And it played a part in this whole situation just escalating. Like I said, I'm not blaming Meg Thee Stallion for getting shot. I'm not saying she deserved to get shot. It don't matter how somebody is acting, you don't pull out a gun and shoot them or shoot at them. But I do feel like I said, Kelsey got the short end of the stick. But according to these Twitter posts, it opens up a little bit more, as to why, like I said, she had the gunshot residue on her. And I feel like it clears her up a little bit more from, people blaming her for shooting Meg. But this trial is still going on. I'm pretty sure there's some more that's probably going to come out that's probably going to throw us all for a loop. Maybe if I say that, it won't happen, because clearly when I say the opposite happens. But anyways, I found this latest update to be very interesting and telling. But you all let me know what you think down in the comments below.